Hey guys, thanks for watching another episode of Maersky Draws. I got a request in on my DM on Instagram. Again, follow me on IG at Maersky, and don't forget to subscribe and comment on this video, Tito M on YouTube. I got a request from actually my niece, Cassie, that lives in Las Vegas. I should say who lives in Las Vegas. Shout out to Cassie. She saw the Beast Boy drawing I did earlier in the week, and she wanted me to do another Teen Titan, which is her favorite. You might know her, called Raven. Now, again, I'm partial to the first version of Teen Titans when it came out on Cartoon Network, and I think I'm going to go with that Raven design for this drawing. The Teen Titans Go On is a little bit, let's say, a little bit too simplistic, and I want this video to actually be a little bit longer. So I'm actually going to do the older version of Raven from Teen Titans. So let's get into it. Again, I'm using Procreate. This is still version 4.1 on my 12.9-inch iPad, and I'm drawing all this with my Apple Pencil. Again, if you're doing the drawing with regular pencil and paper, gosh, one day I'm going to get that right. If you're doing it regular pencil and paper, the techniques I'm going to show you still apply. If I do decide to ink this thing, if you have a Sharpie marker, it's fine. We're going to do even line ink all around, and we'll get into some color. If you have crayons, color pencils, you can pretty much follow the shading techniques that I'm going to be using. Okay, let's get into it. So, Raven, again, Teen Titans had that anime type style. Let me get back into my brush tool, make sure I have my pencil selected, make sure this is the right thickness, and we're good. So I usually start off that type of anime head with a circle, just like that, and then I like to make a little wider cone for the chin. Since I have drawn Raven before, I pretty much know the proportions of how everything's going to go, but I'm actually just going to do my regular face mapping over here. Jeez. Super small nose. And she's not always a happy Teen Titan. Probably the most sardonic of the group. She's also very powerful. Remember, she's half demon. Her dad is the villain in the DC universe known as Triton. I mean, for all the cool things that Teen Titans Go has on Cartoon Network, I still am partial to the first Teen Titans cartoon that came out. I thought it was pretty awesome. And at least they're bringing back Young Justice. So again, for the eyes, check that out in here. I basically, in that anime style, it's basically just thicker lines for the eyelashes, and then thinner lines for the eyes. That pupil in there. I think we got that good. Get all the Teen Titans style. Really love that animation style from when it first came out. Teen Titans Go is cool too. It's a little bit more cutesy, kawaii style stuff though. I think we got a good base sketch in there. Put some color into the eyebrows. Let's solidify that face shape. Sharpen this up a little bit. My eraser tool and just start erasing the guidelines. It's coming out good so far. And then she's got kind of flat hair look with the bangs that kind of sweep out, split end, kind of 90s style. Raven's always got that cool, dry humor too to her, which I like. I like her character. Total opposite of the Starfire character, which, again, I'm going to come back to the Comic-Con trailer premiere for Titans for the DC Universe. That don't know how I feel about the live-action representation of some of the characters, including Raven. Raven actually looks... The whole tone of that series looks a little bit more maybe serious than it needs to be, but then again, I don't think it's following the actual Teen Titans formula. It's pretty evident in the title, which is just Titans, not Teen Titans. So I think they're going for that more serious type tone. Put that little, as you know, Raven has that cool hood that she puts on, but I'm actually going to have her unhooded for this sketch. Maybe in another video I'll do a hooded version of her. So, I actually want to put a little bit of a fold into here and give it a little bit more dimension. Got a pretty good base sketch going. I'll start to define more as I go on. Get an idea for my shades in the hair right now. You know, Raven's got purple hair. Just want to get an idea of where I'm going to be. If I'm going to color this, then I'll lay down some shade. Again, this is the way I draw it. Might see other artists draw her a little bit differently, which is okay too. It's just my interpretation of Raven, as I've seen her before. Nice. What do you say we ink this? So I'm going to add another layer up here in Procreate. Switch my ink to black, and go over into my calligraphy pen and go to monoline. Make sure it's at the right thickness that I want it. That's too thick. Maybe at 6%, still too thick. That looks good. Okay, and as I did with Beast Boy, I'm also just going to start here with the eyebrow. Don't exactly like the way that curved. Fill that in. Over here, I'm going to fill that one in. thinner. I don't like the way that thickness is. I'm going to go to the other monoline brush. That's still too thick. Don't be afraid to use different, if you're using a Sharpie or if you're using, analog stuff to ink. And keep in mind, I use the word analog a lot because it's something that I learned in my in my technical jobs. Analog basically means old school or non-digital. In this case, we're using a Sharpie. Don't be afraid to play with different thicknesses in line, because you see as I'm working in Procreate, I switch my thicknesses up a lot. That's what brings a little bit more dimension to your artwork. Have the same. You want to have a uniform line, because I'm not doing a comic book style per se at the moment, but for the purpose of the video, I wanted all my lines to be sharp, clean mostly. Starting to take pretty good shape. I drew an extra line here for some reason. I don't know why I did that. Go in there and erase that. Sometimes you make mistakes. Cool. That's a raven face. The anime style, those chins always come up to a point. Always important too, when you're trying to do straight lines like that, you'll hear the term draw from your shoulder instead of from your wrist, because you have a lot more control with longer lines, and that's proven for me to be exactly true. So you draw with your wrist if you're getting into like tight corners, but if you have a long stroke like I just did there, I was drawing from my shoulder. You have a little bit more control that way. These little tidbits will help you get the line weight. So that one I just drew with my shoulder. When I say draw with your shoulder, I'm not actually putting the pencil on your shoulder. That would be silly. I'm actually, instead of moving my wrist with the pen, I'm actually just moving from my shoulder. Just with good control like that. For this one, I'm going to do my wrist. It's a little bit of a shorter line. And there you go, we got the inks in. Let's lay down some color. So I'm actually going to put in another, actually, like I told you from the Beast Boy video before, this one, I'm actually going to go into layer 3. I'm going to make this the reference layer, and I'm going to rename this Line Art. Make another layer. I'm going to drag it underneath here. And I'm going to label this color. And right now I'm going to turn off the sketch layer so I just have the clean line art there just like that. Cool. Then in the color layer, now in a normal, if I were doing this basically on, I want to get a little bit more detailed into the color, I would probably make a separate layer for each color. I'm not going to do that right now. I'm just going to put everything on one layer and see how it goes. So right now, as you know, Raven's got that pale skin. Actually, let's do the easy stuff first. I'm going to fill in the black. Actually, there's an open line here in line art that I probably want to close up. Actually, nah, it's okay. That's probably closed up enough. Because the hood would probably, yeah, because her hair would probably be covering that part there. I'm talking about this part right over here. Yeah, so let's see how that looks. So I'm go back to color layer, fill that in. Yeah, that looks fine. Cool. I'll actually go into the line art. Little spot that I missed here. It actually looks a little too thick, so I'm going to clean that up a little bit. Cool. There's another spot there. Get to catch these things now in the line art so you don't have to fix it with the color later. And I messed something up here. How did that happen? Let's go ahead and fix it. That's how it happened. I'm still on my eraser tool. There it is. Cool. So let me go back to the eraser. Get that. Nice. Raven's got that pale skin, so I'll pick a paler flesh tone, almost gray, but a little bit. Right there's good. Let's fill that in there. That works. Let's go total white for the eyes. And then she's got purple cornea. Let's go with a darker purple. There we go. Cool. Now, Raven also has a little shine to her eyes, especially when she's in her zone. So what I'm going to do, above the line art, I'm going to make another layer. I'm going to put this totally white so that I can come in here and add that shine to her eye. And basically it's just two little circles. Just like that. And what I'm going to do here, I'm going to fade that down a little bit. There you go. Okay, I'm going to go back to the color layer. Oh, look what I did. If you guys can see that in the top right hand corner, the skin tone and the eyes I actually put in the line art reference, so I'm going to have to undo all that. Just because I didn't get it all. I was too far into the drawing that I couldn't correct that. I'm going to have to redo the skin tone again. Right about there. Just make sure that's on the right layer, and it is. Let me go back into the purple for her corneas. There we go. Always good to catch your mistakes as early as possible so that you can fix them. Cool. Alright, I'm going to go back to it. Putting the shine in her eye. There we go. Alright, let's go back to the color layer. That jewel in the middle of her head is red. And then I'm going to reselect the purple for the hair. And her hair's not that light purple, so I'll go a little bit darker on the purple for her hair. There we go. shaping up to look really cool. And it's kind of a bluer purple for her cloak. Some people won't notice that, but I will. Alright, so just like with Beast Boy, we got the base color in there. What I'm going to do now, make another layer up top for the darker shades. And once we put those in, we should be finishing up pretty soon. So let me get a darker shade in there right now for her mouth also. Cool. Alright. I'm going to rename this shade. You might want to call them shadow shades. It's all the same to me. You know what I mean. That shade in there for her neck. Now again, because I'm on another layer underneath the line art, I can go right through here and not have the line art be affected. If you're using traditional analog tools, you have to be a little bit more careful. Now again, I'm doing this with the assumption that my light source is coming in from this way, and the light is hitting her from that side. Obviously that would cast a natural shadow on the other side of the face. Oops. Alright. Let's get one for right underneath the nose. Chin. Maybe fit on over here, because maybe her hair might be casting a little bit of a shadow also. Also because the light is hitting her, again, from this way, I want to make that part of the hair slightly lighter, or lighter in some parts. So what we'll do, we'll put a little slightly squiggly line here. Give that hair some shine. Looking decent. Zoom out of that, that looks pretty cool. A little bit more contrast in that collar, so I'm going to darken the purple that's in here for a little bit. And we'll darken the purple on this side of the hair. A little bit more dimension. There we go. Very nice. I think we're good. I'm going to add another layer. I'm not going to name it. Just going to put a little bit more shine. Again, like with the Beast Boy drawing, there's going to be some hot spots on the face. Oh, that's a little too thick. Again, if you're using traditional tools, this also works with whiteout. This is something I like to do just to kind of accent some of the white spots, white hot spots that you might come across. Cool. Also going to come in here and fade that down a little bit. And I think we can call this done. So that's Raven from Teen Titans. I'm going to put my signature on this. and call this finished. Again, thanks to my niece Cassie out in Las Vegas for requesting this. Hope you like it. I will actually be sending this to you via your IG. So be on the lookout for that. Guys, again, thank you for watching another episode of Maersky Draws. Hopefully you like this video and subscribe and follow me on IG. Thanks a lot. Take care.